All right, you're listening to Table 12 Podcast. Danny Barr, Paul Marino, Rob Klein in the other room working the buttons. Gentlemen.
How you doing, fellas?
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
How was your week?
Great.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, that's all we got for today.
I got my new ID in the mail today.
Did you get it?
Yes, I did.
Now, did you had to show your birth certificates to get that, right?
Yes.
Isn't it funny that you had to show your birth certificates to get a real ID, but yet they don't feel you need to use either to vote?
Yeah. That's amazing. Mind-boggling.
It's just stupid.
In fact, it took us 2 trips because my wife's first time there, the birth certificate was invalid because there was some kind of a compromise in Jersey City a few years back. So we had to show all these things again, which is fine. It didn't take us. It took us like an hour, but you can show. You don't have to show anything to vote. You're right. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
You got to show an ID to pick up a prescription. You got to show an ID to buy booze if you look younger or whatever. But you have to have ID, valid ID. I've gone into bars where I've had, even at our age, we have to show an ID because that's their policy.
Right.
Everybody shows ID.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, you know.
Well, Democrats don't want to. I don't want to get into this because I want to talk about the Super Bowl. But Democrats don't want any validation of proof of who you are because they want to rig elections. It's that simple. And I'll move on from that.
We're going a week from Saturday to get our real ID.
It took 14 days to get it because we went like on a Tuesday, and so it was 13 days it came in the mail. So that's good.
Well, we're not doing it because of the trip. We have our passports. We don't have a problem with that. But we're doing it because we're supposed to do it.
Right.
And, the state of New Jersey so graciously a year ago renewed my license without telling me I needed a real ID. So I have a valid license, but now they're telling me I won't be able to use that come May.
Yeah.
So,
our licenses were both up.
that's when you should do it.
So it worked out perfect, the timing of our appointment. And then a few days later, they give you temporary so you can.
They give you papers.
Yeah, my license expired. Where were your papers?
You got a case. Your papers.
Yeah, so we were good. Anyway, yeah, I sat down and watched that game yesterday, the Super Bowl, and Pats and Seahawks. And a lot of defense, not much offense the first 3 quarters.
Both defenses were good.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Seattle was just a little bit better.
Well, I think Drake May was a little bit less experienced. And I think the Seahawk defense rattled his cage.
Yeah, but I think it was more of an aggressive. New England played well too defensively, but
Oh yeah,
Seattle, they were actually. I mean, they were turning the game around with turnovers, and I mean they had the forced fumble.
They call themselves the Legion of Doom, I guess. This defense, because the last one was Legion of Boom.
Oh, so they changed it. They changed the letter
it to Doom. Yeah.
Okay, because they didn't want to. Yeah, I get it. But Sam Darnold played well. Last week when we were previewing it, we said
he played okay.
He played okay, but he played a little bit better than he didn't turn the ball over.
No.
And what we said was turnovers are going to mean something. Which quarterback turns the ball over? One didn't.
Well, I believe my comment last week was whichever quarterback is better protected.
Yeah.
And I can tell you.
And you also said whoever has the most points. Yeah.
I did say that, and it came out to be true. But Darnold was better protected than May.
He was, and he did throw a touchdown pass, but the game was dominated by the running back, Walker, who had a great game.
161 yards.
He wound up being the MVP. He had 27 carries. He had 135 yards rushing the ball, and then he had another 26 receiving.
And he had a touchdown called back because of a penalty.
Yep. So he definitely deserved. He had the workload of the offense. May. I thought it was a fumble, but it really was. They called it a forward pass. The ball.
Yeah, it was an interception.
It was like a 3-yard pass right into the hands of the Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
And that pretty much ended the game right there.
Drake May had deer in the headlights look in his face the whole time.
Yeah, he
and they didn't protect him very well. He was running for his life. But, Walker got the MVP.
He threw 2 interceptions also.
Yeah. He had 295 yards. But he threw the ball a lot. He had 27 attempts.
He sacked 6 times.
And he really was sacked 7, but the 7th was called back on a penalty as well. They didn't throw a flag until the fourth quarter.
Which is good. I don't want to see the flag.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But then they wait till the fourth quarter and they're throwing flags left and right.
Yep.
But the fourth quarter had action.
Yep.
But they...
Sam Darnold didn't have a turnover in the whole postseason. 3 games. He didn't turn the ball over.
So he learned well with the Jets. He had enough turnovers with the Jets to last him a career, so I guess...
He's only the second quarterback drafted by the Jets to win the Super Bowl. Only he did it with a different team. Joe Namath was drafted by the Jets.
Well, Darnold did it after playing... He was on his 5th team.
Yeah, but he was drafted by the Jets was my observation.
I understand your point.
Yeah.
You were very clear with your point.
Okay.
But no, it took him 5 teams to find success.
But I think the reason why he found success is he went to a couple of teams that actually know how to develop a quarterback, like the San Francisco 49ers. Their quarterback play is always good.
Are you telling me the Jets can't develop a quarterback?
No.
Name one quarterback they haven't developed.
They can't develop a long snapper, okay? But anyway.
Walker got the MVP. But I'm going to throw something out at you.
Uh-huh.
It's never been done. 2 things I'm going to throw out at you. Never been done. And I think both would have been acceptable to me. I would have liked to seen the MVP go to the entire Seahawks defense. Because that's who won the game for him.
But it's not most valuable players. It's most valuable player.
Okay, well, you know what? Set precedent.
Yeah.
But I also think an argument could have been made to give it to the kicker.
Yeah.
He scored 17 points.
He had a good game.
5 field goals, 5 for 5 field goals, and 2 extra points.
Yeah.
So he was asked to perform 7 times, and all 7 times he succeeded.
I thought about that this morning too. So we're thinking simpatico here.
That's scary for one of us.
Yeah, I think I think you could have gave it to the kicker.
I think that would have been great to give it to the kicker.
What did he do? I mean, he just kept adding points on while they were stalling down there, and he kept adding points every. That's why, a lot of times when we talked about this in the past, and even in some of the playoff games, going on 4th down, give what the defense, take what the defense gives you. If they're going to give you field goals, take them. Don't come up with nothing. You go for 4th down. It also boosts the other team. You know what I mean? It's a moral victory. You stop them on 4th down. Now you got the ball back. I'm not saying every time, but most of the time now, these teams all go on 4th down. And they just took what the defense gave them.
Yeah.
And they kicked the field goals when they had to.
Just kept putting points on the board. Where it's 12-0.
Yeah.
But, giving the award to the defense, 6 sacks, 2 interceptions. How many rushes?
Yeah, they had at least 10 hurries, which is not,
right.
They didn't get to the quarter, but they threw him off of his game.
The defense is why they won that game.
There's no doubt. And New England's defense didn't play bad, but their offense couldn't match up. The one offense, the New England offense somewhat subdued Seattle into the field goal. They were better. They had a better offense against New England's. But they took the points, what I'm saying. But the other team, the offense never looked like it was in the game. The New England offense
They weren't for 3 quarters.
No.
And at one point, Seattle was just rushing 4 guys. And they were still getting to him.
No, when you have a good pass rush, the Giants used to do that when they beat the Patriots. They only need 4 guys, and once in a while they throw an extra guy in just to hurry him. But a good 4-man front, when they do the job, then you know you got a good defense because you don't need to do anything else. And then they can't beat you deep by rushing 4. An all-out blitz, a good quarterback's going to find a seam and find somebody that's open, So you're absolutely right on that. But,
But I think overall it was a boring game.
Number 60's in the books, so. Yeah, I like to see good defense too, but there wasn't any action really. In the first 19-0 is the first time that's happened after three periods.
So all the other accoutrement to the game, Brandy Carlisle. Well, the pregame stuff. Green Day was great. Brandy Carlisle, love her. I think she's awesome. We went to see her in Colorado at Red Rocks, and she's really wonderful. And she did a beautiful job on America the Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Charlie Puth, I mean, it wasn't Whitney Houston, and no one's ever going to be Whitney Houston. But I thought he did a good job at the national anthem. He didn't screw with the song. He did it the way it's supposed to be done. And then they had probably the best flyover I've ever seen. I would have loved to have been in the stadium for that, because what that must have sounded like. Two F-15s, two F-18s, two stealth, two B-1 bombers. And then they had to separate the stealths, because I've seen them a couple of times at air shows, and it's loud. And so I would imagine that's why they separated them. So they had one with the formation, and then they brought one up behind. So once the first stealth went by and that sound fades, then they bring in another.
Yeah.
I think that was great. And it was both Air Force and Navy, which is kind of cool because they usually don't do that. So that was really well done and well orchestrated and timed perfectly. And it always amazes me how they time that, because like when it's at the Meadowlands, they're coming from McGuire, and which is not around the corner.
No.
And but how they're able, I don't know what they must do up there to wait for the signal for the song is ending for them to just then inform it. It's great how they figure that out. But I was reading today that when they do flyovers at sporting events, they put it on the books as a training session. So this way it's covered under the budget differently than defense money, which is interesting to me, because, it's got to cost some bucks to do a flyover. But I really liked Brandy Carlisle. I would have preferred she sang the national anthem. I think she's from Seattle. So, I thought that went really well. But the most controversial thing of the last couple of weeks was the halftime show. Now, I watched it. I didn't watch it last night because I was driving, but I watched it this morning because we were going to do this, and I wanted to be able to talk about it because it's big news. And I personally didn't care that Bad Bunny was doing it. I did not care. I usually don't care who's doing the halftime show. I was surprised that the entire halftime show was done in Spanish.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they mix it up. Shakira mixed it up. She did the halftime show. She did some in Spanish, some in English, but I went online and read, because I didn't understand the show. I didn't understand the performance. I didn't want to judge it. I just didn't understand it. So what it was he paid homage to Puerto Rico. So everything that was going on the field, I mean, it was a hell of a setup. I mean, hundreds of people, and, it was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I know you didn't. But it was all things that represent Puerto Rico. They had a wedding. They put on a wedding scenario. They had guys working on telephone poles because Puerto Rico suffers a lot of power outages because of storms, and they don't have a very good grid. So now I understand what they were trying to do. What I don't understand is why they did it yesterday. Why they did it at the Super Bowl.
Because they're always making a statement. I didn't watch one minute of it. I wouldn't.
I'm not trying to rally you up, Paul.
No, I'm fine.
I'm just trying to have a conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm fine. I'm just not. I just didn't.
I understand your stance.
I chose not to watch it.
I understand your stance. You made it clear last week. I get it. But it's in the news. It's a big thing.
I wasn't going to help their ratings, so I turned it off.
I don't think they knew you were watching. But
don't they track you somehow, Dan? I thought that was part of the.
I know.
Well, I read somewhere today online that the Turning Point one had like 5 million people or something,
and 150 million watched the Super Bowl one.
Oh, all right.
But
Well, some people just lazy to change the channel. My wife didn't put it on. I wouldn't have seen that either. I chose to do do some other things in between. Had plenty of time,
So what I was getting at was prior to halftime, everything was to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence.
Mhm.
But then they had a halftime show, and I get Puerto Rico's a territory. I have no issue with that. I just kind of found it misplaced. Like that would have been great if they weren't celebrating the 250th, then I think it would have been fine. It would have. I just didn't understand the timing of it. That's all.
Because the NFL don't know what they're doing. That's the problem. They don't know
Well, they did all the other stuff.
They don't know their audience.
They did all the other stuff.
It should be a little of everything.
They had people in the stands holding placards showing 250th, and they had bells ringing, and so it was fine. It was entertaining. I didn't understand a word of it, but it was entertaining. It was colorful and a lot of action. The dancers were gorgeous. I mean, there was one moment where they had a bunch of hot dancers stacking cinder blocks. I didn't understand that. I get construction, rebuilding Puerto Rico after the hurricane and all that, but I don't think hot chicks in halter tops are doing the work down there. But the dancers are hot. Puerto Rican women are beautiful. Latin women are beautiful. I get it. But I just found it odd. But then I watched the Turning Point one, and I'm like, who's this guy? Ritchie, right? Robert Ritchie. Who the hell is he? He's standing on stage, he's singing, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. And then I realized it's Kid Rock. That's his real name.
Oh, okay.
So he was singing under, because I had it lit up on the stage, is Robert Ritchie. I thought it was some new country artist.
Well, the only one I recognized was Kid Rock on there. I don't know any of these artists either. So
I didn't know the other artists either. I will say I like the song Kid Rock sang.
Mm-hmm.
When Kid Rock sings normal, not hip hop,
right,
not rap, but when he sings normal, Picture and the Summer of '89 or whatever, that the song with the Skinner riff in it. Those are good songs.
I like this. I actually enjoy watching people that like the country, as opposed to people that don't like the country. I'm not going to spend $1 for. So,
well, it's I would prefer they like to go. Now, Bad Bunny at the end of his thing said, "God bless America."
Oh, I didn't. Dan, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
How many times are you going to say that?
Well, because I'm trying to.
You're acting like unlike you.
You're acting like I saw it. I keep telling you.
No, I'm telling you. He said, "God bless America."
Oh, okay.
He said nothing disparaging. He didn't bring up anything controversial. He just did a show that was a tribute to Puerto Rico.
I'm going to pull up the replay of it. I'm just going to go to that one spot where he says that, and that's probably that'll do it for me.
Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you have the ability to do that.
I think I can. I know how to use YouTube.
Okay. But
I'm not going to even do that anyway. I'm being facetious.
I know you are. I'm just waiting for you to be funny. That's all.
Who said I was trying to be funny? Am I here to amuse you? Am I here to make you laugh?
There was nothing anti-American about the halftime show. Nothing.
Okay. But it was more Puerto Rico.
But it was about Puerto Rico, which is a territory. And maybe someday will be a state. I don't know. But they're Americans. They're citizens when they're born. So,
okay.
So, I thought it was interesting. I didn't quite understand all of it, but I'm not Latin, so why would I? I did go to Puerto Rico once, but just to play golf. I didn't really get into their culture and heritage.
So that helps you with the halftime show then. You went to Puerto Rico.
Well, no, I never left the resort. I never left the resort.
You didn't go mix it up over there?
I did not.
Oh.
No, I didn't go into town. I didn't. I saw iguanas or whatever they were buried into the sand traps. But it was beautiful. It was absolutely stunning. But yeah, I watched both. So I did a little check because I was curious. Now there's 60 million people in this country that either only speak or are bilingual in Spanish. There's 49 million families that speak Spanish at home. Right? So it's a big number.
Yeah, it is.
Because I was also thinking, who are you reaching to? Who's your target audience for this halftime show. And well, that's a pretty big target audience. But I looked it up. The number one requested style of music in this country is rock, with half the country. 48% of all downloads and all that is rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Second is hip hop / pop. They kind of put them together with 40%, and 33% is country, which is a smaller number than I thought it would be. But most likely because country is not popular within the cities. It's in the rural areas where hip hop would be more of the cities, more urban.
Makes sense.
But Latin music is 9%. It's growing, but it's only 9%. So I just wasn't sure what their target was. But Bad Bunny is a huge star right now. He just won a Grammy the other night. So that's probably it. They're grabbing him at the moment, But, it was fine. I preferred Brandi Carlile. I would have just as soon watched her perform. I thought Green Day was great. I enjoyed that. But other than that, that's my take on the Super Bowl.
Hey,
So what did you think of the halftime show? Did you watch it?
I watched the Kid Rock one.
Did you?
The Kid Rock one. I mean, I only knew Kid Rock. I'd rather have country music than the other styles I don't like. I'm a rock guy. I'm not. I can deal with some, if you want to call it rap or hip hop. I can deal with some of the artists. I'm not a fool. I think Eminem is okay, and I think a couple of them. I forget some of them now. The one I like, the guy that's an actor.
Ice-T?
No, the other one. That's on all the crime shows.
That would be Ice-T.
No.
Been on Law and Order for 25 years.
That's not him. That's not him.
That's a crime show.
Just skip it. Yeah, I could take it or leave it. Mostly leave it. So, and all the rock and roll guys are all in their 80s, so they don't want to ask them back. They just. So.
Well, they've done it. They don't really ask people back. Once you do it, you do it. I don't. Yeah. I can't think of. I tried. I was thinking about this. I can't think of anyone who's done it.
Wasn't that fraud Lady Gaga on yesterday too?
She did part of one song.
Yeah, she's.
She looked great. She looked beautiful.
Yeah, I used to like her. I don't like her anymore. So I don't give her the time of day either. So.
Does she bother you a lot?
Yeah, I don't like her.
Does she try to talk to you?
No.
Is that why you don't give her the time of day?
I don't. I won't take away her music's great. She's very good at what she does, but I don't care for her. So I'm not a fan anymore. So she'll have to live with that, I guess.
Wow. I don't know how she sleeps.
Well, when I'm done with you, I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hearing that. I'll watch my P's and Q's from here on out.
When I wash my hands,
boy,
it's all over. But
overall, not very forgiving of you.
No. Overall, Super Bowls, I've seen every one of them. That's in the top 5 duds. What was really weird about the whole build up to it, there wasn't a lot of buzz all week. I don't know if it's because, well, obviously when your team's in it, it's a big deal, but it didn't seem as excitable. It wasn't too hopped up. They weren't really promoting it. In my view, it didn't seem like Super Bowl week. Maybe that's a better way to phrase it to me. I don't know why.
Well, the weather can have a lot to do with it. It's been miserable.
Yeah, true.
Miserable cold. Every day I walk out of the house and I'm immediately reminded why I don't live in Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah.
This winter has sucked.
It's been bad. And back today, it got up to 32, I think, for a time.
Yeah,
it's a heat wave.
When the sun is shining, even though it's cold, it's nice.
Yeah.
Step into the shade.
I think Wednesday might hit 40.
Yeah, Wednesday it's getting up to 40.
I might be able to take off my long johns Wednesday.
Well, there's a visual I could do without. But
you don't have to see me in them. I'm just telling you I'm wearing them. I'm not asking you to visualize
No,
it.
you're trying to paint a picture.
I don't think so.
So yeah, and then
so you put the ribbon on the football season. Now we can start talking hockey and
You know what the shame is, real quick. We love football. We both do. We love football. Everybody loves football, and you get hopped up every week for the games and all that. For it to end with such a boring game is anticlimactic.
yeah.
You waited 2 weeks, and for what? But now we got to wait till September.
So now you got to bone up on your hockey and basketball and all of that. Well, hockey season's over. The Rangers are bad.
I'm getting older. I don't know how well I can bone up on anything.
The Knicks played well yesterday. They won. They beat the Celtics.
You didn't hear that, did you?
What was that again?
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
What did you say?
Somebody will hear that.
I
Go ahead. I'm not repeating it.
All right, then I'll have to listen to it then.
There you go.
That's all I got. Since you interrupted me about the basketball game, so whatever you said must have been more.
I wasn't done talking about it.
Whatever you said must have been important. So
no, it's just a joke. We try to keep things light here.
Anyway,
I guess neither one of you tracked who won the pools at the cottage.
Well, how would we know that till today?
I know I didn't.
Well, I have the sheet.
How are we supposed to know that? I didn't play any of them.
Aren't you in the pool? Don't you have the sheet?
No, I do not. I don't play. If it's over $5, I'm not in it.
It was $20, Paul. I think you can afford that.
No, I can't. I'm on a fixed income.
Really?
Yep. In fact, I owe you $5. You reminded me. I got to give you the $5 today. I owe you. You want to give us the results, Rob?
I don't remember the scores because the cottage pool was by the quarter.
Right, 3-0, 12-0.
All right, well, hold
19-0.
19-0.
So that's 9.
29-13.
Yeah, 9-3 with last quarter.
All right, so here's how much I care about football. Which was the AFC team?
That would be the Patriots. Oh dear God! Never mind, Rob.
Well, I do have the results.
We don't want to get anyone in trouble because
we don't want any disclaimers out there where the IRS is after them or something.
Right.
Okay.
They might come after the $100.
I think Bill Mutz won one.
There you go.
What were the scores?
You just dimed them out.
Yeah, well. What was the first quarter?
3-0. Seahawks 3.
Anyway, the Celtics won yesterday. The
0.
Celtics lost yesterday.
Oh, Ed Zink won that one.
They Celtics have been on a tear.
Well, they're tied with the Knicks now, but the Knicks beat them yesterday.
But they went into first place. They won 5 in a row.
No, they're not into first place.
No, they were, though.
Okay.
They were a game ahead the next couple days ago. And
right, but overall, in the Eastern Conference, they're number 2. But yeah, they're in our division.
Division.
It's a tie now. Yeah,
I only look at the division.
Well, don't you look at the Eastern Conference? That's how they rank the teams, 1 to 8, the Eastern Conference. So Detroit Pistons are first in the Eastern Conference. Knicks and Celtics are tied for second at this moment because they won yesterday, the Knicks.
But the Knicks were ahead of the Celtics for quite a while, and now the Celtics have just been playing well.
They played well. They got back in it, but the Knicks handled them the whole game yesterday. They pretty much were double digits most of the game. So that was a nice part of the day.
I'm glad you had that in your life.
It was a good game.
I'm glad.
So. Well, we'll be thinking of different things to talk about. We can talk about the Olympics next week. It just got going.
Lindsey Vonn is hurt already.
She's out. She got hurt twice in the last 2 weeks. Once ACL tear, then she broke her leg yesterday.
Yeah.
So she's done. 41 years old. That's her last Olympics.
Still hot.
Yeah. But all right, we'll see you next week on some more sports.
That's it.